And welcome back, one and all. Thank you very, very much for your patience and your indulgence with this. I was able to actually get a second monitor up and running, so I have a little bit more breathing room, and I don't have to kind of flip back and forth to see if everything's doing well with the stream, and I can make sure that I am under full control with the whole getting everything ready with the game. So I can see what the stream looks like, I can see what we're broadcasting, I can see what's going on. The one thing I did notice was that the countdown was kind of like weird and off to the side. One of the reasons for that is I started off the stream on a 16:10 monitor rather than a 16:9, so the aspect ratio of all my clips is wrong, or at least it's wrong for that monitor. So if the stream looks a little off tonight, that would be why. Okay, Dragon Warrior 2 is nominated by Lee from YouTube's Best at Losing. Let's get at her. Now, one of the reasons why I'm doing this as sort of a series of going through different... it's not just the Dragon Warrior series I'm going to be going through, for those of you who are wondering. Lee put up a challenge to me to kind of go through old school Nintendo RPGs or games with role-playing elements to it. Most of these are going to fall under the category of JRPG. I do apologize for that noise as I close my office door to make sure that the sound doesn't leak out into the rest of the house. If you do hear some sort of muffled rumblings during the course of the stream, the wind outside is absolutely brutal. The weather today has just been horrible. But that's a side note. That's just in case you're hearing very, very strange things come through my microphone that don't involve me saying strange things. So, Lee put forward a challenge to do a whole bunch of RPGs, games with RPG elements, strategy games with roleplay elements, and he fired off a list last week of 50 games. For those of you who stuck around to the end of the stream, you probably saw me talking about that. So we're doing it. We're starting it this week. We're doing Dragon Warrior 2. And for those of you who showed up here instead of watching the Oscars, thank you very much for being here. If you are here and you're watching and you do have the ability to drop a hello in the chat, please do, to let me know that you're there. Otherwise, thank you for being here tonight. Let's begin a new quest. So this is going to be Adventure Log 1. As you can see, I clearly have not played this particular game in quite a long time. I would say it's... Let's see. When did Dragon Warrior 2 actually come out? I'm going to Wikipedia something. So, Dragon Warrior 2... If I'm not mistaken, this came out in like 1990 or 1991. Now, the original Dragon Quest II came out in 1987, but that would have been in Japan. That would not have been the actual release in North America. I'm trying to see when it was released in North America. 1990. So yeah, it's been a while. This game has been around a while. 2019. So yeah, we're looking at a long time. So, I probably played this. So if it came out in 1990, I probably would have played it in late 1990, probably early 1991, possibly. I'm trying to think if that would be more or less accurate. So I would have played it the first time when about 1991. Probably the most play experience I would have with this would be maybe 1993, 94, somewhere in that area. Because I know at one point, my older brother Brian and I just basically would spend weeknights after I'd done all my homework and stuff. We'd go in his room and we'd play like 3-4 hours at a time of the Dragon Warriors series, Dragon Warriors 1 through 4, which were available on the NES, which my brother owned. So he had his own NES, he had his own TV in his room. So we'd just basically go in his room, crash out, and just go through it and just go for it. And he would handle the controls, and I would kind of feed him whatever strategy that I thought would work. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But yeah, if I saw something flash up on the screen where I noticed that he was doing something weird, or he had missed something, or there was an enemy that was weak that needed to be taken out, I would point it out and we would kind of work on it together. Okay, so enough of my rambling. Let's begin a new quest, Adventure Log 1. I don't remember if only the first 4 letters of your name get selected again. So we're going to go back with SGNR for some guy named Rob. And yep, that'll do it. We'll go to end. We're going to have a fast message speed. And prologue. Many years ago, a young warrior who was of the line of the great Erdrick came to Alfgard and defeated the dreaded Dragon Lord, restoring peace to the land. For many generations, the descendants of that warrior ruled Alfgard and the surrounding lands, including the Kingdom of Moonbrook, across the eastern sea from Alfgard. Then one day the king and his daughter were talking in the courtyard of the castle when the long years of peace ended suddenly. Oh, okay. So they aren't kidding about the message speed. And everything got a green filter on it. So what in the world is happening? This would be like a radiation cloud in Fallout. Majesty, the castle is being besieged by Hargon the Wizard. Hargon is here? I don't know why I'm doing that. I really hate it when people get overly animated for their Twitch streams. I'm not going to be like that, primarily because that type of level of histrionics would wake up my son, who is in the room adjacent to the office where I'm broadcasting from, and I don't particularly feel like dying, because if I wake up my son, my wife will kill me. Alright, so here we go. We are... Okay, so here we go. We're doing battle against... Oh, well, here's the evil wizard, or one of his minions. Hargon shall not rule unopposed. Oh, so the king kicked his ass. Then the king spoke to the princess. Hide thyself. Okay, so whatever happens, you need to be strong. So he's off to die, basically. So he has to warn his cousin. She's about to get kidnapped, I'm guessing. Alright. So we're getting into our exposition. And these two are going to get into a fight. He died. Here come more. They're going to kill the king. And a whole bunch of other demons show up. So basically the castle is under siege. You know, it really was kind of different to have an extended type of cutscene in a Nintendo game. That's actually pretty bold. I actually don't remember the whole cutscene thing happening. Okay, so we got one guard who managed to escape. He's heading off to a neighboring kingdom. sort of limping along, as you can see, but it's amazing what they could get across just from the animation. And considering this is all still a cutscene, the only interactivity is when you choose to have the messages change. I have evil tidings, I cannot wait. So they kind of help him up. I mean, you can kind of use your imagination. They got one arm around each of his shoulders, and they're kind of hauling him up there. You know, this is really, really good stuff. It's amazing that they got away with it, because this kind of, I'm not going to say it's Skyrim-esque, because obviously this was well before Skyrim, but this is a pretty long introduction for a Nintendo game. Alright, so we're following the king. Now, if I recall, stairs are automatic. Yes, okay. Open the treasure chest and prepare for thy journey. Now listen closely. Seek out worthy companions along thy road. Oh, that's right. This particular game, you had the ability to recruit companions. This was not a solo game. In Dragon Warrior 1, you were alone. You didn't have the ability to have anybody with you. But in this game, I think you can have up to 2, if I recall. I think that there are multiple people that you can choose from. So in Cannock and Moonbrook, there are those who are also from Erdrick's line. Okay, so I guess no. Alright, so I need to come here. And I need to search. Okay. Copper sword and 50 pieces of gold. So now we're going to equip stuff. We're going to equip the copper sword. You actually have to equip your own weapons here. This is not an automatic. Leather armor, we're good. So if we look at our status, we already have an attack power of 15 and a defense power of 8, which I think, if I remember from Dragon Warrior 1, you weren't at this level until like level 3 or 4. Like, you spent the first couple of levels pretty weak and inexperienced. We're at 28 hit points, whereas I think you had like 7 to start out in the first game, or like 10. I'd have to go back and check. Okay, so we're gonna get out of here. Okay, so we need to talk to people. All right. And again, you get kind of your tutorial exposition on how the world works. Don't forget to equip your weapons. They don't automatically equip like in the last game. Okay, this is where things got a little bit better, if I remember. This is where you kind of had to pay attention. West of this castle is Leftwyn. And you had to know where towns were, because I think there's going to be quests that kind of take you around places. This became one of those games where you actually had to talk to all the NPCs. And of course, this tells you what castle it is. Let's see what we have. One who sets foot upon the travel door is transported to a distant place. We are not equipped for distant place right now. We're going to skip out on distant place. Okay. So Cannock, there's a prince. Moonbrook had a princess. And of course, those are the 2 towns that the king wants you to go to basically pick up your long-lost family and some such. Let me see what we have here. Visit the Houses of Healing. Right. Is there a way to get through the door? Item, oh no, okay, you need a key for these. There's no door command, which I thought was weird. We're gonna go around, we're gonna search. Okay. Eventually, of course, just like the original Dragon Warriors, you're gonna get to go through those doors and so on and so forth. So what type of tools? Okay, medicinal herb, which is a healing potion. It's like a cheap kind of heal spell. Oh, hey, Lee is with us. Lee from YouTube's Best at Losing. Hey, Lee, how's it going? Came within an inch of getting Bard's Tale today, rejected by my wallet. You know what? If I were you, Lee, I would just go on Steam and just pick up the remastered version. It's a couple bucks. Like, literally, it's a few dollars. And you have more, like, any computer you have that's been made within like the last like 10 years will be able to play it without any issues at all. Like the system requirements are shockingly low to play, even the remastered version. Well, let me just take a look here. So we're gonna go and then we're gonna look up Bard's Tale. So your Bard's Tale remastered is $11. There's a Bard's Tale trilogy, which I don't think has been remastered, which is like $17.50. But yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous how easy these games are to play now. See, you can collect more. You know what, though? You can collect software. You don't have to have cartridges and stuff like that to be a collector. Like, what you are as a collector is you're a game preservation and historian. So you're preserving it, whether it's digital or whether it's physical media or what have you. The most important thing is that you play it. At least once. You have to play it at least once. I mean, collecting is cool, but you gotta play it. Oh, did I? Oh, I took the medical herb. Okay. No, we're not gonna take anything else. And we have a dog. Let's talk to the dog. Let's talk to the dog. Woof woof. That was informative. Okay, let's go do some fighting. NES collector though. Yeah, you know what? Still, I still think it's valid for you to. Oh, here we go. We got our first encounter. A big slug. And fight interface quite a bit different from Dragon Warrior 1. Let's fight. There we go. We defeated the big slug. And we earned some gold back. That's not bad. Okay. So, one of the things you probably noticed in combat is you have to select your enemy because there are going to be fights with multiple enemies in them. And I don't remember how strong enemies are around here. Before playing Dragon Warrior, the original, on the stream last week, I had played Dragon Warrior, or I'd replayed Dragon Warrior 1 not too terribly long ago. I haven't done that for this, so that's not bad. Okay, so we defeated the big slug again. I should probably go to the inn and see how much it costs to heal. I'm just going to check. 4 pieces of gold. Okay, we're not going to take a room, but it's good to know that we can fully heal for 4 pieces of gold. That's useful. Alright, so we've defeated the slime. Oh good, regular slime gives me 2 gold. That's nice. And I like how the Dragon Warrior 2 soundtrack... Oh, 3 slimes, okay. Okay, not bad. So we get 4 and 6 pieces of gold. So, wait, we got 4 experience for 3 slimes. Somebody forgot to math. But anyway, I'm not going to complain. We're gathering experience and stuff. I don't know what the levels be 25 years ago. And we're up against a big slug. Okay, so let's go into the castle. Let's go grab... Okay, here we go. Okay, the microphone is back. Yeah, okay. To answer your question, Lee, yes, I actually reviewed the list that you sent me. There was one game that I have, and I don't have the list with me because of all the messed up stuff that I've been doing with my systems. Like right now, I actually don't have the hard drive from my computer from last week hooked up to actually view the file. But yeah, I actually have all those games. There's only one of them that I only have the Japanese version of, though. And as far as the stream goes, my stream quality was just going absolutely berserk for the last little while, and it just now updated to show me that everything was going to crap. So I'm just verifying some of my settings here. Everything seems to be fine. Like, I should have rock solid stability with my stream. I don't get what's going on. I just suddenly had a huge amount of drop frames. Okay. And this is why we call this the Academy of the Subtle Art of Talking to Oneself and Waffle House. The Hex strategy games I'm gonna have to play them first. I'm gonna start with the titles that I know are gonna be either RPGs or JRPGs. The action RPGs, the hack and slashers, I might not keep, just because hack and slashers, honestly, I don't really unless they have an RPG element to them that's actual role playing. But I'm definitely going to take a look at them. Like, I'm going to play them through the week and then just kind of make a judgment call. But the good thing is there are enough on that list that I could go like 10, 15 weeks before that's even a consideration. Like, there's the Dragon Warrior series, we have the Ultima series. Just those alone, that's like 7 games. And then throughout that, I can kind of play a couple games and take a look at them and see what they've got. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to heal up at the inn. 4 pieces of gold, that is an absolute bargain. That's actually easier than in the first game. The first game, I think it was 6. Oh, here we go. But then again, I didn't fight multiple enemies. And here's the other thing is, you're not always going to attack first. This is why you have the parry. There we go. So 4 and 6 pieces of gold. So we have already earned back. Oh, and we've leveled up. Awesome. Yeah, you know what? I'm not really worried about the types of games. It's more like, is it role-play enough to consider as a role-playing game? So if we're going to take like a franchise I know very well, like let's say Fallout. Fallout, your first 2 games are RPGs. Those are definitely role-play games. They're based on the tabletop rules. I mean, like, they're really clearly role-play games. Fallout 3, less so. It's more of an action first-person shooter, but it has role-play elements, but I guess you could kind of slip it in there. Fallout New Vegas definitely is a role-play game because it does have much more narrative choice, and wow, is my frame rate just going insane. Sorry, I'm not used to seeing my bitrate go nuts like this. And then you have like Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, which are just garbage because Bethesda can't make a game to save their lives. But yeah, no, if a game has enough of a roleplay element that I think it qualifies, I'll definitely feature it on the stream. But there's a lot of really, really good games that I'd kind of forgotten about. Like, I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed the Ultima series. I'm definitely going to recover the list throughout this week and go over it and just sort of make a roadmap of where I'm going to go with the games and go from there. But I mean, right now, like, I was going to start off with the Dragon Warrior Ultima because I can remember putting a lot of hours into that, especially, toward like between 92 and 90, I want to say 96. Those were kind of like where I was at in terms of games, especially on the NES. Alright, so we're at level 2. Our reaction speed increases by 1, power increases by 2, maximum hit points go up by 9. That's awesome. So where are we at now? We're at 21 hit points, okay. Yeah, wizardry as well. You know what? I had almost completely forgotten wizardry. Wizardry was one of those games that I don't know if I played it as often as the Ultima and Dragon Warrior. The D&D titles I never really got into as much, but they were definitely there. I think those were sort of among they were like the later titles before I started moving away from the NES, and of course before my brother moved away out to the West Coast and taking his NES with him. And I never really owned a console. In fact, I don't think I owned my own console until I was in my late 20s. No, I'm actually not going to talk to him yet. Alright, 2 slimes. Let's fight some slime. Take a sip of my drink of the evening, which would be an Innocent Gun original. Alright, we're 14 hit points. I think it's time to go to the castle and heal up. Okay. So we're So Lee, when are you going to get into the whole Twitch thing? Or maybe what we need to do first is we need to set it up so that way I can bring you into the Twitch stream live, sort of like what we did with the podcast recording, which I will be able to do much better once I get everything kind of set up properly. I'm very much looking forward to having the new mixer set up. This is actually going to be sort of the end. You know what? Capture cards. What do you need for inputs, outputs? Because if all you need is HDMI and you're willing to spend a few bucks, I can give you exactly what you need. Like, I can tell you exactly what you need, because it's exactly what I use. Now let's venture away from the castle a little bit more and see what we can find. So hopefully I don't get my ass kicked too hard. Okay, slimes. Yeah, because really, in terms of capture card, it's really going to be like, what is it that you're looking to capture? Oh, this is starting to get a little more fighty here. 2 and 3 gold. We're starting to accumulate a bit of money. I know, like, I see that bridge there. I know as soon as I cross that bridge, like, I'm hitting up like a whole new level of monster. I'm trying to grind a little bit to get myself to the point where I'm not going to get my ass handed to me. And again, not remembering this game doesn't help. Although, I do notice that I gain experience a lot faster in this title than in Dragon Warrior 1. Well, I guess fighting multiple enemies, you know, helps. And, you know, you're not like, a slime isn't 1 gold, 1 experience anymore. Okay, here we go. Where am I at? Let's go to status. Okay, I have 27 hit points. You know what? I'll come right out and say, I thought the Raspberry Pi was very gimmicky at first, and to a large extent, it is very gimmicky. But you know what? It works. It's nice to know. Oh, we've leveled up. But as far as the Raspberry Pi goes and emulation goes, emulators have come such a long way, and the newer Raspberry Pis run the emulators very well. For the older stuff, like anything, let's say pre-N64. Although you can get some N64 and some PlayStation 1, although not a lot. You probably need something a little bit more powerful, but if you have like even an older computer, like just something you can pick up for like a few bucks, you can really put together a really good emulator station. One thing I would recommend to you, Lee, is check out a channel on YouTube, ETA Prime. I'll actually put it in the chat. And it would help if I actually have my cursor over where I'm supposed to have it. Let me cancel this here. There we go. Okay, I still have audio. I don't know why my audio keeps cutting in and out throughout the stream. So check out ETA Prime. Yeah, check that guy out on YouTube. He does a lot of stuff with emulation. Like a lot of what he does is, you know, he'll buy up like different single board computers. He'll test out different emulators. He'll build little PCs, or he'll even pick up like those little Intel NUCs and spec them out, and he'll play emulators on them just to show you the performance. And you can get some pretty good stuff out of that. What did I do? I keep forgetting like how automatic it is to go into these towns. What's my status? 25 of 40. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to the king for a second, because I need to save at the very least I need to save my progress. Okay, so I need 39 to get to the next level. Yes, we want to record them on the Imperial Scrolls of Honor, which is our save game. Yes, we want to continue with our quest. Yeah. The other thing, getting back to emulators, Lee, they work with almost any modern, like, they work with all modern controllers. So you can map anything to like an Xbox 360 controller. So if you have an Xbox 360 controller, plugs right in, it's plug and play. You set it up once and you're golden. And the good thing is, especially since you have all the games, so you have the ability to get all your own ROMs. Because getting ROMs is always getting ROMs now is incredibly, well, I'm not going to say incredibly difficult, but it's not as easy as it used to be. Big slug, 2 slimes. Okay, I'm going to take care of the slug because he can do more damage to me. Okay, so instead of going and taking a snooze at the inn, we're going to use an herb. That brings us up to 40 hit points. That's awesome. Yeah, Master System is Master System will run on a Pi, no problem. Master System, Genesis, Super Nintendo, things like that. Those tend to work very, very, very well. You know, this particular one here, I might have to do another... I get the feeling this is one of those that... Okay, here we go. 3 more slimes. I'm gonna be leveling up pretty soon. All right. Alright, let's see if we can... I don't know. Oh, man. Oh, okay, it's 2 slimes. Who cares? I was worried, like, I'm going to try and cross the bridge. I'm like, here we go, right in front of the bridge. There's going to be, like, some monster that's just going to kill me in, like, 1 shot. Although, probably going on the level of hit points I have now would not be a smart idea. Alright, this guy does deals and tools. We are going to buy some medicinal herb. We're going to buy an antidote herb because you can get poisoned. And we're going to get 1 more medicinal herb. We're going to cut that, and we're going to go and have ourselves a rest. Alright, let's see if we can advance the story a little bit. We at least got to Erdrick's Scrolls in the first game. Alright, let's see if we can get across this bridge. Alright, so far so good. Slug and a slime, okay, that's not bad. This is one of those games where I'm kind of glad I didn't play ahead of time to kind of familiarize myself with it, but at the same time I really do wish I knew more about the game because I'd really like to know where things start to ramp up in terms of the monster levels. Because it'd be really nice to know when I'm going to encounter something that could probably one-shot me or two-shot me. And also, whoa, wait, shit. Okay. Okay, slime A, slime C. That's really weird that they put them in 2 different groups. Yeah, clone games. Yeah, that's a thing. That's all over every system. Oh, Drackies. Am I gonna die here? May not die. Oh no, I got it. Oh, and judging from that sound, I just leveled up. By the way, I want to thank everybody who's been dropping into the stream over the course of the evening. I'm amazed that I've seen as many different viewers pop in and out throughout the course of the evening, considering I'm going up against the Academy Awards and how sort of quasi-historic everything is. Alright, we're going to go into the items. I'm going to use an herb. And there we go. Okay, so... Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Interesting. The 3 wild mice did not see me. So, are they 3 blind mice? Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, 12. So I get a free round of attack because it didn't see me. Oh, okay. I didn't score one-shot kill. Alright, that's not terrible. 19 experience and 14 pieces of gold. I can take that. I'm gonna soon wonder if I'm gonna regret coming. Oh no. Okay, 2 more wild mice. I still have an herb. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Babbles. Okay. Please don't let these things start to have magic. Alright, so how much are these worth? Ooh, 9 experience each. Babel had the treasure chest. 13 pieces of gold. Not bad. Alright, I'm gonna move around here. Okay, so the slimes are starting to run away from me, so it means that this is the game's subtle way of telling you you're starting to get strong enough to start moving forward and advance the plot line a little. Alright. Well, I am getting kind of far from home. 2 Drakkies. Okay, I should be able to take these guys on. Okay, I'm going to use another medicinal herb. Bringing up to 48, which I believe is my maximum. 3 babbles. Okay, well. I think after these guys, I'm going to need to run. I'm going to have to head back to home base and get myself some herbs. And get myself another rest at the inn. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is not good. Oh wow. Yeah. I just promoted myself to the next level, but I am a dead man. I need to get the hell out of here. No, I need to run. I will not survive this fight. Actually, I won't survive any fights. Oh! Brave SGNR has died. What the hell did I die of? Alright. Let's save our progress at least. I really would... Yeah, I don't know if I was poisoned or not. I missed the message. Which is one of the downsides to when you do quick combat. What have I got? Actually, let me see. What have I got here for status? I have... Okay, 52 hit points. And I have 73 gold. Yeah, I lost a lot of my gold. I think you lose half when you're revived. Okay, well, no, I don't need to do that. But I am going to get some herbs. Buy herb. Yes, another herb. Yes, another herb. Yeah, let's get an antidote herb. Okay. Now let's get one more. There we go. I don't have enough gold. Okay. No. Alright, so now, what do I have in my items? I have 2 antidote herbs and 4 medicinal herbs. Okay. Let's venture. Actually, you know what? We've gone that way. Let's see what's up here. Like, where's the nearest town? Big slug. Okay, this should be actually comparatively easy. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're still in kind of the easy. Then again, I had crossed 2 bridges. I should have known. You cross 2 bridges, you're basically asking for it. Okay, so I wasn't hurt by that attack. Paying a little bit more closer attention to what's happening. So Lee, how does it feel to be witness to the end of an era? Considering how much more is going to go into the next stream. Okay, so I don't want to go through that. That's poison. Oh, shit. 3 big slugs. Okay. You're taking it all in. Yeah, I'm going to be very, very happy to lose the headset in favor of an actual stream setup with, like, a proper microphone and a proper set of headphones and my mixer, and I will have the webcam next time as well. I'm not sure if you listened back to the early part of the stream where I sort of did my preamble, but the start of this stream was kind of a mess. Oh. 1 slime appeared, okay. Okay, so at the beginning of the stream, my microphone died. For some bizarre reason, I lost all of my audio, and in fact, my microphone still looks like it's registering as really, really quiet in terms of everything. So I don't even know how loud everything is from, like, or how clear I'm coming through. But I lost all audio. So I had to go in, I had to fix my audio while I was streaming. But before the stream, I had just finished putting back together the computer that I was using to stream last week. Because I'd put in a couple of upgraded components, and I had also decided to move everything into a brand new case, because the case I was using was kind of disgusting, and it was enormous. And it was just, it was taking up too much room, and it was drawing too much power, and it didn't really work all that well as cases go. So it was just, okay, I need to fix this. So I spent today out and about in Ottawa, and I ended up, let me see, where am I, what am I at for? Okay, hit points 32, no, I'm good. Yeah, so I ended up getting my new case today. So I got home at like 5, just before 5 o'clock, had supper, and started putting everything back together. And then I had like the worst time getting everything to boot. I couldn't get the computer to post properly. I had to completely reset my BIOS. I had to do all kinds of stuff just to get things up and running. I installed OBS to be able to stream within the last 10 minutes before the stream started, and with less than 5 minutes to go, I was still searching for an HDMI cable to connect to my capture device so I could actually capture the video from the gaming unit and broadcast it live on Twitch. So yeah, that was my preamble, more or less. I also did my introduction twice, actually, for the Academy, and my little Waffle House bit. But yeah, it was just it was just like surreal. It's like I just could not get things to run properly. I didn't even do the traditional 10-minute countdown because I didn't have 10 minutes to spare. I literally fired up OBS. I got everything set up just in time for 9 o'clock for me to go live. Alright, so we're back up to 62 gold. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Well, funny in retrospect. I mean, it's almost one of those where I wish I had a behind-the-scenes sort of cam running, where you could just see sort of like the blind panic of, will I be able to pull this off and still be able to start the stream on time? I ultimately ended up taking a 10-minute break, so that way I could actually get things set up more or less the way I needed them to before actually getting into the stream. But yeah, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny, but we got it done. All right, big slug. All right, free attack. Yeah, I think once, but I do think, Lee, once I get things set up for next week and I get next week done and actually have a controlled setup for my stream, I think the next thing is going to be getting you live into the stream as well, just so you can kind of follow along with everything and people can basically hear us riff off each other for a while. Because I think the two of us doing sort of our over-under on a live stream while playing video games would be pretty epic. So we got one Draki and one Draki. Draki A, Draki B. Okay, I'm not seeing anything about poison. Okay. Oh my god, the world of this game is a lot bigger than I remember. I would have thought I would have hit another town by now. And I gotta say, being able to see the back end of the stream while I'm streaming, I'm actually kind of impressed at all the number of people that have been kind of popping in and out over the course of the evening. Not everybody's been talking, obviously, or saying hello, but I'm seeing a lot of like the total number of viewers keeps fluctuating up and down. Oh, here we go again. 3 big slugs. Okay, I think after this fight, I'm going to go for an herb. Well, I mean, you kind of called it earlier. You basically called it earlier when you asked if I thought I could get as many views as the Oscars. I sincerely think I can. I think we've got the product. I really do. I realize I didn't heal myself. This is one of those games where the game world is so incredibly vast, I might have to do like a secondary stream just to get through it a little bit, just so I can actually advance the story. Because I haven't even hit my first town yet. We've been playing for a while, like, we've been actually more or less actively playing for about an hour. And I'm at level 5, which is more than where I was last time. Like, I know it's later in the evening, but I mean, like, the first half hour of my stream wasn't really very productive. Ah, here we go, we got a town. Iron ants. I'm going to run. There's no escape. Crap. Oh, okay, 2 hit points each. Alright, let's see what we can do. They're just gonna chip away at me, aren't they? Okay, so they're not super strong. But at least, okay, so I got my hit points back. There we go, okay. Not bad. Oh, Iron Ant had the treasure chest. And there's a medicinal herb. Not bad. And 10 pieces of gold. So I didn't waste that herb. I just got it back. There we go. Let's go into the town. Holy crap. That was an ordeal. Okay, dealing tools. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. Where are we? Leftwind. Okay, so this is the town of Leftwind. Okay, I've heard that the heir of our good king has ventured forth to do battle. Luck be with me. Oh, and another dog. Alright, let's talk to his royal wizardness here. Okay, northward is Cannock, so I have to get there. That is my ultimate goal, is to get to Cannock. So I know it's north of here. Alright, what does this guy have? Weapons and armor. Okay, so I don't have a whole lot right now. I have a copper sword. Eventually, I need to get myself... Okay, if I put up a leather shield, I'll have more defensive ability, but at the same time, I'm going to be restricted in funds. Although funds are coming pretty well now. I'm actually going to pick up... Ooh, I can't carry things anymore. Oh, I'm running into inventory capacity. Okay, let's come back to that. But at least I know I can get my weapons and shields. So this is kind of be my home base for the next little while. Yeah, if you're poisoned, each step will weaken you further. I kind of noticed that. Alright, how much is the inn here? Because there's 4 gold in the beginning. It usually gets incrementally more expensive, or it usually like really starts to get expensive. 6 pieces, okay. but I'll keep it in mind. 6 pieces of gold is actually still really reasonable. Who's this guy? House of Healing. Detoxicate, Uncurse, and Revival. Nice. Yeah, this is if you have a dead companion or a cursed companion. I hate this. Look for the monolith by the inland sea west of this place. It's by that route alone that you shall reach Moonbrook. So Moonbrook is the second location that I need. So everything is, one is west, one is north. Okay. So at least I know where I'm going in relation to where I am now. So now I need to probably level up a bit. Of course, because I want to get into a fight and level up, I won't be able to. There we go. Big slug. Alright, well. I noticed that unlike in the... Oh, Ghost Mouse? Okay. Okay. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, I didn't see anything about curses. I didn't see anything about poison. Okay, iron ants. Oh, okay, we've just leveled up. We're at level 6. Alright, so we're going to go into the inn, we're going to rest up, and then I need to make my way back to the castle to save my progress. And one of the things that I have noticed is, unlike in Dragon Warrior 1, where you start to learn spells, I think as early as like level 2, you're really not learning anything here. Like, your initial character, I don't think has any ability to learn magic. I think your magic is going to come from your companions. Yeah, we definitely reached our levels higher, or faster. But I have a feeling, like, I mean... Alright, so here we go. Okay, 2 big slugs and a slime. And the good thing is because I already know where the castle or where the other town is, I'll do that on the way out. No, I'll do that now. And then I'll save with the king. And then if I reload, or when I reload, it'll automatically have me fully healed, fully rested and everything. So you need 261 to get to the next level. And yes, we will record our deeds. And yes, we will continue our quest. I do like that the music in this one is not nearly as annoying as in the first game. The first game's music I really didn't like all that much. But I do like how they incorporated sort of part of the main theme into the main theme of this one. They actually improved upon it quite a bit. Alright. So yeah, it's... If I remember in Dragon Warrior 1, to go from level 6 to 7, going from level 6 to 7, you needed to get 40 more experience points than you had actually accumulated over your first 6 levels. This one seems to be a lot more balanced in terms of your leveling up. Although I'm gonna need better weapons. Like I'm really gonna need to get into some fights with some things that will give me some money. Like 3 and 4 pieces of gold are nice. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, I'm sure that would have gone over really well. I'm not thinking that the team at Enix would have been big Glenn Medeiros fans back in the day. I don't know how big he was in Japan. Oh, Ghost Mouse, here we go. Okay, 4 hit points. That's not terrible. Especially for 6 pieces of gold, 6 experience, I'll take it. It's a good trade. Yeah, I need to get into some fights. Okay, a Draki and 2 big slugs. Now, one of the things I've noticed mechanically about this game versus the first Dragon Warrior is how much easier, even though you're fighting a whole lot of different enemies, how much easier the fights are, even if you're solo. And how much easier it is to heal. Yeah, Mr. Big would have been... Well, Mr. Big would have been huge in Japan. You also could have had Cheap Trick's I Want You to Want Me. They were a massive hit in Japan. Alright, we're gonna rest at the inn. We're gonna get ourselves fully healed up. Yeah, we're gonna go for a room. Alright. Yeah, it's amazing like how quickly you kind of level up, but at the same time, like you're facing 3 Iron Ants. This would be terrifying. Too dated by that. I don't think Cheap Trick would have been too dated. Like if you've seen things from Japan, like they have all kinds of theme things. They're into retro and everything. I think it would work. All right. Okay, so we gotta go north. Shit. Okay, it's a Dracu, whatever. You're dead. Okay, we're starting to collect some money now. 3 Iron Ants, this is good. As long as we're not getting poisoned and we're not getting, like, cursed. Alright. Actually, we're going to use an item. We're going to use a medicinal herb. And get ourselves up to full strength. Alright. And we've defeated the Iron Ants. 12 pieces of gold. Alright, I'm gonna go get myself a shield. That's really the reason why I used that herb. You gotta be kidding me. Yes, we wish to... Okay, we have 243 magic knife. Huh. What would a magic knife do? No. Okay, come again. So we're going to equip magic knife and a leather armor. Let's see if we can sell that copper sword. See, it used to be automatic. He would... Oh, man. Controls get a bit twitchy sometimes. Oh, I can't sell it. Let's see if I can sell the copper sword at the tool guy. Sell. Oh, okay. 75 pieces of gold for the copper sword. Yeah, we'll take it. So you sell at the tool. You sell where the tools are. It used to be sold the armor shop. No. And now, actually, now that I've sold that, I should be able to go back and get my shield, because I now have enough. Oh. It's kind of the downside of these Xbox controllers. Let's go. There we go. We are going to purchase ourselves a shield. No. And now we're going to equip it. Shield. There we go. So we got more defense power. We have more attack power. And we're going to go... We're going to talk to this person here. Or did we talk to him already? Oh yeah, the monolith. Yeah, this was the first game where the NPCs actually became kind of useful. Yeah, well, except for that guy. Alright, so we've got more attack power, we've got more defense power. Let's see what a magic knife can do. Seems pretty standard. Maybe you need to have magic abilities for it to really do anything. Either way, let's head north. Sure, 1 iron ant. 1 dead iron ant. I really have no idea what's up here. Ah, there we go, castle. This might be where I recruit my first party member. We deal in tools. Okay, I'm going to not buy or sell right now. I saw the sky burning red on the southern horizon. Moonbrook Castle in flames. Alright, well. Listen closely. Our prince has studied the ways of magic. Though with heavy armor or weapons he has no skill, still he seeks to fight evil. Okay. So basically he's telling you the guy's not much of a fighter. He's gonna be your healer or magic damage dealer. But that's okay. Now we need to speak with, let's speak again. Okay, so speak with the prisoners through the doors. Tell you a secret. There's a silver key that opens doors of silver. Sure. Okay, that... Guess that's one way of telling you how keys work in this game. We can wait for this guy here. Eventually he'll make his way over, I hope. Pathfinding of the AI, not the greatest. Oh, okay, we have a nihilist in jail, probably where most of them belong. And this guy here... House of Healing. Okay, so we don't need that type of thing. There's a chamber of Prince Esgar's sister. Okay, I'm not going to go in there just yet. I'm going to speak with the guard, however. Part of a cave far to the east, where the Spring of Bravery rises. So eventually that's going to be part of our quest. Okay. Well, not bad. I need 176 points to reach the next level. And my son has already left on his journey. Please find him. Okay, just... Please find him and take him as thy companion. Okay, so we gotta find the guy now. Oh. Yeah, I actually, you know what? This was the type of game where you had to write this down. These type of old school games, you kept a notebook. This is why when I would play with my brother, my older brother Brian and I would play these. Basically back to back to back to back. We'd play it all through the entire series, and then we switched over to Ultima. And basically I kept all the notes. Like I kept notes during combat and things like that, just to kind of keep everything on track so we knew what was going on. Because otherwise you lose track of this pretty quickly. One of the things I do like is that you can go to any castle and you can save your progress. You don't have to go... Yeah, you know what? As far as still needing to do it, the problem with modern video games in their design is they handhold the crap out of you, and you've got like this logbook that's automatically built in, and you've quest markers that pop up in your like little GPS navigation that's down at the bottom of the screen. And it's almost impossible to avoid. Alright, we're going to speak to the princess, because see if we can find where her brother went. Yes. Give thee some advice. Searching for the Spring of Bravery. So again, we just found out Spring of Bravery is in a cave to the east. And I'm just going to confirm that actually. No, it wasn't with this guy. It was with this guy here, I think. Yeah, far to the east. So we gotta leave from here. And we gotta go to the east. Far to the east. I'm sorry, but our prince is in another castle. Alright. And we're definitely not going to make it to the cave on this episode. And next week is probably going to be, well, next week is definitely going to be Dragon Warrior 3. But we did advance the story, so I'm happy we've advanced the story a little bit. So we're chasing after the prince. Once we get the prince, we're going to have to find the other cousin, and recruit them. And then we'll become basically a badass party of 3. So Ghost Mouse. Okay, 1 Wild Mouse, 2 Drakkies. Now I gotta be careful because this is where I started getting into things like being poisoned last time. Because this is probably going to be one of those things where I need to farm a couple levels of experience and a lot of gold. And I'm going to need probably to go get some better armor and better weapons. Because I don't think the weapons and armor I have now are going to cut it when I'm going far to the east. But pretty much, like, one thing I've noticed with a lot of roleplay games, and I guess we'll see this also next week with Dragon Warrior 3 when we continue the series of going through kind of the intro bits of each of the RPG style games, is it's usually right around level 6 for pretty much any roleplay game that I've ever played where things start to get really interesting. You're strong enough to fight better enemies and venture far enough afield to really kind of get the most out of advancing the plot. So it's going to be interesting to see next week when we get into Dragon Warrior 3 if that still holds true. Okay. 2 wild mice. And the other thing that really kind of blows my mind is, now I get that the character models are very, very cartoonish, but the level of detailing character that you can get into these enemies and the world in general, considering how limited the color palettes were, like what they had to work with, the limitations of an 8-bit cartridge system. I mean, these games were ridiculously small in terms of their data size. And yet you look at the size of the world on this. The world is like, we've hit level 6. We've barely explored any of the world. And like the world of Dragon Warrior 1 was huge too. Oh, here we go. Ah, okay. That's your monolith, okay. That's going to be one of those. I'm going to hold off on that because I'm pretty sure the second I go across there, I'm going to be stepping into something that's probably a couple levels above my head. But it doesn't stop me from farming. Oh, I'm kind of curious. Let's see what we can see just from here. Alright. Oh, here we go. Let's talk to Mr. Wizard here. Have your travels taken you to the monolith south of Mineral? Yes. Please say nothing of this. Okay. No. Okay, so they're not going to let you go until you have a companion. So it's not really open world that they're going for. Oh no. All right, we're going to keep an eye out for whether or not this guy poisons me. Okay, okay. Not seeing any poison. There we go. Okay, good. Worried there for a second. All right, let's use another herb. So what I like about these herbs is I can use them to top up my HP and stay out in the field a little bit longer, accumulate more not more hit points, but more experience points, get myself some more loot. Alright, and we have a medical herb and 8 pieces of gold. Good. So we picked up another medical herb, which is never a bad thing. Alright, Ghost Mouse. Alright, so 3 Drakis. This... If I was in Dragon Warrior 1, this would be a fight that would concern me. But it's relatively easy. And I say relatively. Things are going to get much harder later on. That's the one thing that I do remember is once you start to get a companion and you start to get into battle tactics of who attacks what and how, that's when the enemy levels just kind of really ramp up in a very substantial way. Okay. And for some reason my stream is not very stable. I don't know what this you know what, I'm wondering if it has to do with everything that's going on this particular system. The system that I'm streaming on obviously had to reinstall Windows today, so I'm wondering if it's Windows updates that are possibly downloading and installing in the background. Also, the fact that the weather is completely insane outside might not be helping. Or, you know, it's just like tweet bombs of things going on at the Oscars. I literally have no idea what's happened at the Oscars, other than that they're happening today, and that probably next week I'll be going against another award show of some kind, or some other major event. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head into the castle now. going to see, what is it? What's it at the inn? 8 pieces. Alright, still reasonable. Okay. Let's go save with the king. Oh wow, 6 points to the next level. Alright, you know what? Let's go out and let's go and get to level 7. We didn't manage to do that in our you know what? The fact that we were able to get to level 7 in under 90 minutes. This'll do it. This fight will take me there. Alright, just beating that wild mouse, I've done enough. Let's put an exclamation point on it. Okay, there we go. So we've been promoted to the next level. Power increases by 9, reaction speed by 3. Really only 1 more maximum hit point? That seems kind of chintzy. Alright, now let's go talk to the king. Let's go save our game. And I think we'll call it here at level 7. So let's see how many, if we stop, okay, we need to get to status. Okay, so I have 573 experience points. Let's see what the next level would take. Okay, let's not do that, that's weird. 427. So you're still not needing more than you actually have to get to the next level. Alright, here we go. So yes, we are going to save in the Imperial Scrolls of Honor. Do we wish to continue our quest? No. We are done for tonight. In that case, return whence thou can, for Hargon does not sleep. I kind of like how they kind of made a mistake calling it the rest button instead of the reset button. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the stream that was for this evening. Thank you very much for being here. Special thanks to Lee from YouTube's Best at Losing. Don't really have a witty outro for this, but very, very glad to see people coming in and taking interest in what we're doing here. And so until next time, take it easy. We'll see you in the next stream, 9 p.m. Eastern, next Sunday night. Good night.